then plan to meet up. Then you know that it's going to go further. If you spend months and months and months messaging the same person over and over, and then it doesn't go anywhere, it's generally not going to go anywhere. But doesn't mean it won't, if that makes sense, with somebody else. So, okay, can we see? Where's our Zoom man? Our roving man. We're going to show everybody. We look up on the screens here. This is Stevie's Tinder profile. What else does it read?
Michelle, that's me. I got a brother.
It says, I can show you the world. Take it wonder by wonder, and then munch on your magic carpet. Oh, yeah, I can show you the world. So, there we go. All right. So, are you guys ready to find love?
No.
Oh, you're not ready to find love. Oh, Prince Charming. Hi, what are you doing here?
I'm here to do my laundry.
Oh, are you really?
I'm just a bachelor, looking for a problem. Someone was right without being falling in love. So take it to the limits, girl. Where you gonna be? It's getting on. You can be my toy. And if you're horny, let's do it. We're riding my pony, my saddle's waiting. We're coming with your fire.
Thank you, Mr. Dirty Laundry Man. Can you escort our guests on stage, please? Make some noise. Cool. So we're going to put these two to wash for the luck of the laundry segment. That's how we pick our guest, and we'll reveal that very soon. But before we do that, I want to bring out our panel, our fantastic, amazing panel. So to start with, we have Mark Rosenfeld. He's our dating coach, and he's just hit 300,000 YouTube subscribers. Thank you very much! Do you do a show like, sorry, I mucked your mic up.
Oh, brilliant.
That's all those muscles. How are you? You good?
I'm well. I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for being here.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, amazing. And we're going to bring out now who are we bringing? Michelle! Michelle Fanning, our sex coach! How are you, Michelle?
Yeah, doing really, really well.
Yes.
I'm excited to be here.
Looking fabulous. And we'll bring out our last guest, our celebrity guest from Married at First Sight. You might know him, Dan Webb! Wow, it's a good-looking cast I have. It's amazing.
How are you?
Oh.
Oh, these four.
You left
It's for you, mate. Same
Strip shot, here we go.
Yeah, round two.
It's your hat, I think.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Yeah, All right, so we're going to pick our guest now with luck of the laundry. Have you got your laundry? All right, Stevie Mac, let's pick our guest. We need the drum roll now. But oh,
This is this.
is that a sex sheet?
Yeah, it's got the hole and everything.
It's not yours, because yours is at home.
This ain't mine.
You know it's going to melt in the
Oh,
fries.
mine's white.
It's too big for you, mate.
Yours is white, not the black sheet. You are the black
Then we
sheet.
get a black section. That's crazy.
All right.
Only Stevie.
Excited? I wish we had a drum roll.
It likes that.
Oh, who's going to be our guest?
Who's this?
Who?
Come on.
Oh, hello.
Whose is this? Oh, come on down! Come on down this way so we don't have any accidents. Wow. Are you single? Okay, we're about to find out. I hate that question. I don't give a last time. All right. You sit here. Yes. Okay. Thank you for coming.
Thank
You look fabulous. All right, you good to go?
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Belinda.
Hi, Belinda. I'm Natasha.
Hi, Natasha. Lovely to meet you. You look stunning.
Thank you.
Okay, so tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a series of questions about what you're dealing with, and this is with regards to ghosting?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, and then we'll put you through the WASH cycle, which is our panel, and they'll give you some of their, advice, coaching around what's happening. Then we've got good old mate at the back here, Stevie Mac Daddy. He's our spin cycle, so I'll warn you, he's a bit naughty, and he might trigger. So, can we hear? Might trigger. So if he does, that's okay, you're supported by us. So how are you feeling?
Nervous. But
Okay, deep breath. So I will also share before we get started is everything we say here tonight is with love. And it's about getting you the right result for what you're wanting to achieve. And I ask you for permission for us to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah? Give us permission. Okay. So share with me what it started for you, what's happening.
where do I start?
Wherever. What's the most prominent thing in your mind at the moment?
It's such a long story.
So do you find that you're having a consistent chain of being ghosted at the moment, or?
No, not consistent. I would say it was just one person in particular, and we had I guess it was he really wanted commitment
Yes.
from me.
Oh, man, commitment. Oh my gosh.
So he was kind of trying to force it a little bit, and I was kind of like, let's slow down, let's just see where this goes, and he was kind of in a bit of a hurry, and then he said to me actually a little bit of, manipulation. He actually said on the phone to me, if you don't commit to me, then I'm going to ghost you and I'll never talk to you again.
Okay. Okay, thank you, bye-bye. We don't have these phones anymore, though.
Because obviously I was there's a bit of a history with us, and I did like him, so I said to him, do you realise what you just did? You just tried to manipulate me into a relationship with you. He was like, oh, that's an interesting way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, how do you want this to end? Because it's going to be okay, see ya.
Mm-hmm. So what I want to hear from you at the moment is you're coaching me through what has happened.
Yeah.
I want to hear your feelings, what you're experiencing at the moment, and is there a pattern for you with regards to this?
Okay.
So what's happening in your love life?
I don't really have a love life at the moment.
Why is that? What's
Because I guess because I was really heartbroken by this guy.
Yes.
Who promised commitment, and then when I eventually did commit, kind of ran away and ghosted.
Okay. So what? Okay.
Emotions.
Yeah. So how long ago was that?
It was probably July, so
It's the same guy or a different guy?
same day.
Same guy.
Ah, okay. So he wanted commitment. You didn't want commitment.
Then we eventually, when he took pressure off, it kind of all just happened naturally, and we kind of, fell into it was becoming a relationship. It wasn't a relationship.
You were dating, you see each other.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he just all of a sudden says, I don't know, I think there's better people for us.
Oh. So can you paint what happened, what was leading up to that point?
He was just going through all sorts.
Sorry, I get little, sometimes I'll cut you off because I have a little coaching thing that I need to share with you. And my question is, did you think that there was a better person out there for you?
I think I wasn't able to trust him completely because he was showing so much instability. Yeah.
Okay. I'm struggling a little bit, so I'm going to go a little bit deeper. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened from what I see is at the moment you were dating a guy. He put the hard word on you to have a relationship. You said no, but you continued to see this guy.
I didn't say no, but I didn't say yes either.
Okay. So you just sort of palmed it off a little bit. Oh. Do you think that maybe he thought you were unstable?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that's, and I don't want to coach you now, I'm just trying to draw it all out so we can get the guys to sort of, and they will ask you a series of questions as well. So right before he ghosted and disappeared, can you tell me what happened right before that point?
He wanted to meet up, so we met up, and I knew something was not right, like he'd been all in his head. And then he was like telling me how much he loves me and how much he appreciates me, and he's never going to find someone like me again, but he just believes that there's better people for us.
Do you think that maybe you weren't giving him what he needed with regards to that relationship?
I believe that there was that I wasn't fully open to him at that time.
Fully open. Sorry, I have to ask hard questions.
No, that's right, because I realised this after he left, that, oh my God, I haven't completely been open with him, because, I guess because he did this to me a year ago, so I was kind of not trusting. And
so what made you take him back a year after?
I guess because it wasn't closed, like, I still thought about him a lot.
Right. So what do you want, so out of this tonight, what would you like to achieve out of the our coaching for this evening? What would you like?
I guess to understand
Why he ghosted?
or
You know, I know it's really scary up here. I know it is. There's a lot of people looking, and I will share with you a lot of people in the
You don't even know about the difference. So we can, it A, attracts the wrong people into our life, and B, ends that relationship without us knowing.
Don't worry, everything you say is in a safe space. I mean, it will be on TV, but very brave because you're speaking for people tonight, and I really appreciate you being up here. And it's hard, but you're doing a great job. Okay. So I might ask to take a breath, because this is for you tonight, all right? So I'm going to ask the panel, I'm going to ask if they have any questions, and then we'll go from there, all right? Might loosen up a bit. Woo! Woo! Wow! Okay. Mark, do you have any questions?
First of all, thank you for sharing. I really respect and appreciate that you share that. You said it was the same guy a year ago. So you guys were dating as partners a year earlier?
it never really got more than 4 weeks dating, and then 6 weeks was going, so it wasn't really.
Right. So there was always a kind of inconsistency there. It was never real solid. And when you said, oh, I don't want to commit to him, or I'm at least not saying yes at this stage, your doubts were because you both had this inconsistent history, right? And then after that, you guys got together, you decided to commit, but you were still feeling just something wasn't quite there, and shortly after he ghosted. Is that kind of the happenings?
So he decided to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be curious to know, as Belle was asking before, what happened just before that. Yeah.
I think that's the thing that befuddled me, is because things were going really, really well before that.
What was really, really well?
Like we were communicating really well
Yeah.
with what we were feeling, what things were going on for us. And I know he was doing a lot of stuff of his own that come up. But it just sort of, to me, it just was kind of out of the blue. Like I kind of felt something was up because he was in his head.
Do you know what that stuff was for him?
I believe like he had he wanted commitment so much that I think he actually feared committing or choosing the wrong person.
So you think he had FOMO?
Yeah.
Fear of missing out on someone that might be better than you. Is that what you, yeah? Did you have that though?
No, I don't know.
I really want you to come into here hop out of this space for a minute and just come into here, and I really want you to be present with the feeling of when you were in that relationship with him, not the thoughts. If I was your girlfriend and I said, oh, let's just say Jake, his name's Jake, and you say, oh, how's Jake going? Yeah, like someone calling your friend comes up and says, hey, how's Jake going? How would you describe Jake for you?
It's going good.
All right, I'm just going to stop for a second. And I feel like I already know what's going on here for Natasha, and that is she's not being vulnerable enough in her relationships, and she's, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm speaking on behalf of you at the moment, but are you fearing getting rejected? Fearing having your heart broken?
I think that I was at the time.
Yeah. But it still would be. Yeah. So that's what I call a love block. Yeah. So if we have a love block in ourselves, we can attract people into our lives that want to be with us, but unless we clear that love block, it's never going to work, because it's our own internal thoughts about ourselves being projected into that relationship. And it's a subconscious thought, it's a blind spot. We don't even know that we're thinking this. So it A, attracts the wrong people into our life, and B, ends that relationship without us knowing. And it's nothing you're doing wrong. It's not who you are as a person. It's your own belief about yourself projected into that relationship. So how do you feel about that? Okay. All right. So I'm going to throw it to, do you want to, yeah, you're
I mean, it's like your classic ghosting situation. There's a lot of history, there's a lot of murkiness. You guys dated a year ago and you said something similar happened. So you're going to have a whole bunch of potential intuition about him doing it again coming up anyway, even if you're both in a great space.
Yeah.
And then it sounds like things were going well after the commitment for a short period, and then you said stuff came up for him. Not really sure what it was, but stuff seemed to come up, and then he bailed on it. And there's just a general inconsistency and murkiness to this whole situation that doesn't make that ghosting sound all that surprising to me. It never sounded solid. It was kind of murky, and then had a nice peak, and then it went just as murky again with he had stuff going on, and you did as well at some stage. It doesn't sound, all that surprising that was kind of the end, especially if stuff was coming up for him.
Yeah, can I add to that and say, whilst it's not surprising, it's not, I don't condone it.
No, of course not.
Yeah. Communication in life is integrity, and even if it's the hardest thing that you have to say to somebody, it's better than just disappearing. And I will never condone ghosting. Even I tell people I'm unfriending them on Facebook, for example, because I think it's rude.
Just beforehand, we would communicate all of what we're feeling and things, but then before he ghosted, he just decided. He didn't communicate with me anything. He just decided, nah, and then that was it.
You weren't involved in the process.
Yeah. And I think that's what was the hardest thing, is because we had this communication going that was really working, and then he just made a decision, and that was that.
How long was that good period? How long were you guys going really well for?
Probably that. Well, the whole time really, but after
The post-commitment part.
6 weeks.
Yeah. 6 weeks is still a long time. It's a short time, but it's a long time. You can still get feelings for someone and be hurt. Has this happened to you before? Has this situation happened before?
No, never.
Okay. All right, so really fresh. Michelle, over to you. Do you have any questions or thoughts about this at the moment?
Yeah, so I kind of want to just add on to what Belinda said. When this happened, what did you feel?
I was numb when he when he said what he was saying. I didn't know what to do, because you can't argue with the decision.
You have no option. Yeah. You felt abandoned?
I guess because the first time he did it, I did feel abandoned. And I think I kind of expected it this time. So I was a little bit like, he'll get over it, he'll work through this, and he's just going for a phase kind of thing.
So you
And
brought
it
that
didn't
trust
hit
back
me
in.
until probably 2 or 3 days later, where I was like, let's talk about this, and then it was just nothing.
So I just want to communicate what I'm seeing,
Mhm.
which is a real fear of your own feelings. Yeah? And that's mirrored back to us. Yeah, when we're scared of our own feelings, people are scared of their feelings as well. Does that make sense? Yeah, like he'd be scared of what he's feeling. So there might have been an intense like, oh, now we're committed. I'm feeling a lot. Like this is one possible situation. I'm not saying this is exactly what happened. But it could be I'm feeling a lot. I don't want to feel this. Too much. Yeah? And then with you it's like with the ending of it, the numbness makes total sense. Yeah? And I'm just curious what would happen if you fully went into your feeling. Like you don't have to do it now in front of like cameras in a room full of people. But just on your own, really feeling this. Yeah, because what you're going through is totally valid and it makes sense why you would be hurt or upset or angry and numb. All of it.
I think I went through all of those feelings.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And when you become really comfortable with that, with those feelings, and just like, if you need to be in a ball, crying on the floor, then do that. Yeah. Because once you become comfortable with your emotions, the people around you will become comfortable with, one, your emotions, yeah, so you'll never be like too much or too sensitive or the things that, you know, the stories we've been told. And they'll then in turn become comfortable with their emotions because what you're doing is showing them that it's safe to feel. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
It did bring up a lot of questions.
Do you feel you have released the emotions yet, or they're still there?
I feel like I have released a lot of emotions. I do a lot of journaling.
Good. Do you, it just went out of my head. Have you made peace or forgiveness with him? Or is there any emotion about him? When you think of him, what's the first word you think of?
Just, I just love him.
So there's still love.
Mm.
Are you hoping he'll come back?
I don't know.
Be honest.
I was, but I think now I see like, if, you know, I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah?
And there's something better, like you said.
Yeah. So universal diversion is what I call it. So the universe steps in when it sees that we're not on the right path and takes over and pushes us on the right path, essentially.
I also learnt a lot about kind of what you were saying with where I was holding back a lot. And afterwards, I feel like I just wanted to let it all go and tell him.
What are you frightened of?
I did tell him, and he just didn't do anything.
So what are you frightened of by not telling him?
That I will regret not telling him.
But so you weren't telling him originally? So what was stopping you? What were you frightened of with not telling him? If you told him, what would happen?
I wasn't sure that it was only 6 weeks in and there's a lot of emotions going around.
Oh, did you think that if you were vulnerable with him, he would run away?
Yeah, probably. Because I think that's what happened last time. The moment I opened up, he ran away. So I was afraid to open up.
No, aren't we all? Who is here afraid to open up?
Definitely.
Yeah, I get scared to open up. It's scary living with an open heart.
Yeah. But do you know what? That's when the most magic happens. Even if it ends, it's not the end. Yeah. There's lessons, thank you. There's lessons, there's experiences, there's gratitude and everything, even if it's the shittiest experience.
experience. Sorry, I swore. Shitty, I'll say it to you. Even if it's the worst experience in our life, there's always something to look back on that and be grateful for. Because diamonds form under pressure. I'm going to throw it to Dan now. Is that alright?
How you going, though? You good?
Yeah.
You've done well so far, so good on you. I've learned a bit myself, actually, Sydney. So, back to the start, you said that you couldn't commit. You didn't want to commit to him when he asked you. Was there a reason behind that?
I guess because I wanted to see from him his commitment. Because
But he was telling anyone to commit.
yeah,
Was he not showing it to you in actions? Was he just more of a word person?
he started to, and that's when, just before he left, I did commit. And then he left.
Okay.
So after I seen him show those actions, I then could trust, and I wanted to.
So we go back what Mark said earlier. He's pretty broad. It's like it's been cloudy, good, cloudy. It's hard to build a relationship from that, isn't it? Like it really is. It can be tough because you're always second guessing yourself. You're always going, I wonder if he's going to go flaky on me now or and stuff like that. Look, it's everyday life. We've got social media now. You've got dating apps. Loves it. You know, like if you've got the swipe of your finger, you've got other options. You've got other options now. Like when things get too hard, a lot of people just go, oh, this is too much. But back to what Belinda was saying earlier, do you think that you were vulnerable? Like do you reckon you're a cold person towards him? Like were you more of a cold person, or were you all in, like one or another? Were you all or
A lot of
nothing?
people say I'm quite open.
Okay. He's lost it.
Can I stop you there? Open with your thoughts or open with your feelings? Yeah? I just needed to ask that. Yeah. Sorry, Dan.
You know, you're right. Was there anything else that happened in between while you were having the ups and downs together? Did he do anything to lose trust? Did he hook up with someone that you knew or anything like that you know of, vice versa? No, there's no okay.
He is Christian and he has
okay.
a lot of shame around sexuality.
Okay. How did that make you feel though during the relationship?
I remember him saying comments like, I have a weakness in sex. Like, he hasn't had sex with many people, but he shamed himself for desiring me.
Should we throw it to Michelle?
Yeah, so common. Like this shame that runs through our society is rampant. Yeah, it comes from our parents, society, religious shame. Yeah, like if your parents walk in on you while you're masturbating as a little kid, which little kids do. Yeah, like
Dan does. I mean, who said that? That just came right.
then you create this belief that is, and they go, don't do that, that's dirty.
Yeah.
You then create this belief, and we carry this into adulthood. So like, yeah, just having full, like first off, I want to say something about like, I'm skipping a beat, like the grateful thing. I agree with you, but also there's no rush for you to be like grateful for this experience.
Yeah, no.
Like you're allowed to be pissed off or whatever you are right now. You can get to a place where you're grateful for this, but don't rush yourself, babe. Yeah? And the shame.
But can I step in there as well? The longer we sit in that negative emotion, the longer we're unhappy, the longer it takes to meet somebody. So that's why you implement, and I'm going to do a cheeky plug. My book goes over the 4 emotional phases of that, so you can go through the process and be empowered by it, rather than not a victim, but be taken over by it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I love that you said that too, because it's also easy to get sucked into it and like, oh, what was me? The shame though, going back to that,
unfortunately, that's something that he has to deal with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't change a problem until you realize it's a problem. Yeah, and no one can change it for you. So if that's something he wants to work through, give him my card. But no, like
Maybe you should, because he won't answer.
oh, of course. Yeah. But there's a lot of work around going into where this shame is living. Yeah, because it's not all mental. These things live in the body, and yeah. But just realize that that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I guess I've worked on. I've definitely had my anger moments and my sad moments and went through all that. I think I have come to a place where just accepting, but still obviously hope that
Phase
they'll
one.
work through their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, I'm going to throw a couple quick questions. Mark, top 3 reasons why people ghost, or even one.
I would just say one. It's a non-verbal rejection because of an inability to do confrontation.
Okay. Yep.
Agreed.
Michelle. Yeah. Dan.
Yeah, it's word of right, it's word of good.
Have you ever ghosted?
Or it's a coward's way out, really.
Yeah.
It really is.
How do you guys
What's
feel
up?
if you're being ghosted? What was that? Sure.
Me personally, I had one particularly harsh one that I did a video on, and it really is about the other person. It's unfortunate that they can't communicate it verbally, but you know, we all say actions speak louder than words. It's always a thing, right? Actions speak louder, actions speak louder. And then for some reason with rejection, we're all like, you have to give me the words, I need to hear the words.
Yeah.
Like actions, I still have no idea why the woman ghosted me, but it really doesn't matter. All she's communicating is this wasn't right for me. It's kind of a shame that she couldn't tell me why, but don't become a verbal closure junkie. Like, it is nice if you can get it,
Yes.
but sometimes you've got to look at actions to determine people's stuff, and that's all you get.
And don't make any meaning of it, other than we weren't compatible. So if someone rejects us or ghosts us, we sit and go, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? How can I make it better? What can I do to get him back or her back? And we go through this emotional cycle in our mind instead of going, you know what? Why would I waste my time chasing someone that's not going to make me a priority? And I will find somebody that will, and finding the closure in the no communication. I'm not saying
I'm really frustrated just at it.
frustrated.
Yeah.
Why, you're not heard, not being heard?
Frustrated because I'm like, can't you just get over your shit and talk about it?
Yeah. I thought you said another scene there. Sorry. All right, Stevie's been waiting for his moment up in the back there. Oh, he's going to the piano. He's written a song in his head.
Oh, I've got a song allowed.
So Stevie's our spin cycle. Okay.
I do.
What
This might sound like advice. I'll try and not make it sound like advice. But basically, women are hurricanes and men are houses. And, you're coming in and you're like spinning around, all those little houses here. He's like, okay, I see this. I need to define what it is. Then I need to try and confine what it is, and then decide whether to sideline what that is. So
you rhymed that? Oh. Go on.
But basically, what he's coming up against is this, you know, massive amount of personality, and then he's like, I need to, you know, work myself out. So I've got baby Jesus over here who's saying, don't have sex. You can't have nothing. So he's like, yeah, I feel like I don't know how to control this. So it's either a run because it's a hurricane, but then she's going to go and she's going to mess up all the other houses. So how do I lock that down?
How do you lock that down? How do you lock that down?
That's why he's been like, hey baby, I need some commitment. Let's go, let's go, let's
You
go.
just need a cooked dinner and a
Yeah. So you go.
Fantastic. Yeah, sorry.
I feel like by saying there's better people for us is like saying I don't feel good enough for you. And I feel like
I
this
get
happens a lot.
Oh, do you feel good enough about yourself?
Sometimes maybe that's too much.
When I say, do you feel good enough about yourself, do you feel good enough about finding a man that will make a genuine commitment to you?
Yeah.
Do you believe it will happen? Okay. In your head or in your heart? You hope it will happen?
I know.
Okay. Sorry, often we get confused with the different things, and I just want to. The reason I ask that is because, again, it's a reflection. What we believe we deserve is what we attract. Yeah. So, does anyone else have any other comments, thoughts that you want to make?
Yeah, just about what Belinda was speaking about, right? Like, do you feel good enough for yourself? It means all of you.
Yeah.
All of you, right? Because, like, I promise you, if there's parts of you that you are rejecting, like, I want the pleasure, and I want the confidence, and I want the love, but, like, I don't want the anger or the sadness. Like, you can't selectively numb, and people will continue to reject you until you fully accept yourself, which is, like, so much easier said than done. You know, I'm like, love yourself. Okay, cool.
I think that's really spot on, because when a year ago, when I did meet him, I know I wasn't in that space. Like, I definitely wasn't fully owning and loving all of myself. And I feel like when he came back in, I had my boundaries up because I respected myself and loved myself a lot more, which then made him go a little bit crazy with emotions and wanting commitment.
Question. Why did you allow him back in if you were in that space, knowing that you loved yourself more, knowing what he did the first time? Why did you allow him back?
Because I've gotten past, like, I still have love for him, like, as a person. It doesn't matter what his behaviour is.
Well, it does.
I mean, when we're together, he wasn't, like, he was everything you ever desire in a person, and then everything you ever fear in a person, all in one.
Can I ask something? Did he bring out the best in you, you think?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. That's, I think, why I don't normally fall so quickly into like I'm happier being single than with somebody that doesn't work. I mean, I've done a 5-year relationship with somebody that definitely didn't bring me up, he definitely brought me down, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. And that was kind of the start of my self-love journey. It kind of triggered what I had to look into myself.
Do you know what I think why this happened again? Is to test you. Yeah, because you allowed him back into your life. You've done all this self-love work. You've changed as a person emotionally. And then you've got this little test coming into your life to see how much you've done. And then you've allowed him back into your life. Did you have boundaries set? Did you have your values set?
Yeah. And I think he actually said to me, I just feel like I can't control you.
So,
Great.
Natasha, yeah. So I'm hearing little things of that.
That's why
I
still feel all these emotions.
Well, that's why I'm genuinely trying to get deeper here, because if a man is saying that to me, or a woman saying it to a man, trying to control you, you know, I'm going to ghost you in 6 months, that's manipulation. And why? Yeah.
I guess my problem is I always see the best in people.
That's okay to see the best in people. You've got to see the best in you and what you deserve, and you've got to say no to those things and not fight for something that's not right for you, because it wasn't right for you. As much as you loved him and as much as you wanted to be the woman to accept him for who he was and have him in your life, because there were great moments, it was a bit toxic
I think
at
that's
times.
the thing, because in the beginning when he was going through that, I was prepared to let it go, and I was almost gonna break up, but then he came to me and he groaned, like everything I was thinking, he just said, oh, I'm being controlling, I didn't realize how controlling I was trying to be.
It's a bit narcissistic, like,
Yeah.
you know, just like,
I was like, is he a narcissist? Is he not? Like,
yeah. They will tell you what they want you to hear. They know what will please you. Yeah. So, how are we going to stop this from happening again? We're going to give you, go for it.
If he came in here right now and said he want to try again with you, would you give him another chance?
Would you what?
If he came here right now and said he still loves you and wants to give it another go, would you give him a chance? Okay, that's good.
Dead set.
You're right.
You're hesitant. You're so
You
hesitant.
would,
What are you hanging on to this? I really want to get to
I
this.
think it's the fantasy of what I thought could be possible.
Yes, but you've got to get the acceptance that it's not.
Yeah.
Because whilst you're hanging on to this guy, you're not going to look at anyone else. So I'm going to say to you, we need to, like, I'll give you, take this. I mean that in a cheeky way, I mean it genuinely, because we need to get you to move past this guy, because I feel like you're wanting to fix it and be wanted. Yeah, because it means you want to fix it so he likes you, because you're being rejected at the moment. I'm being really harsh with my words. You're not being rejected, but it feels like you're being rejected.
And I know consciously I'm not being rejected, but I feel still like it's rejection.
Yeah, who has wanted to fix a relationship because they didn't want to be on their own? Like, or who has fixed a relationship because they wanted to be accepted and loved? But that's not why we fix a relationship. Relationships don't need fixing, they need communication. And whilst you're vulnerable, you need to be with someone that is nurturing you, not giving you ultimatums and manipulating you. So this is where we need to work on, because you won't meet someone while you're still thinking about Jake. That's his name.
Yeah, and I find that it's only just the last couple of weeks that I have felt more myself, because I went through a stage of grief of, whatever the emotions are. And I've actually noticed I've started to attract completely different men that aren't boys, because let's face it, he was a boy.
Yeah, and there are boys and there are men and there are girls and there are women. So, but you've got to be knowing who you are fully, and knowing that trying to fix a relationship that's not worth fixing is going to leave you feeling lonely and heartbroken. You need to be empowered by who you are and go, you know what, I deserve better, and just really step into that. Before I do our unfolding thoughts on this whole topic,
I just need a second to set up.
you're going to set up. Yeah, that's okay. That's cool. Thank you. Brain farts. I wanted to ask you how are you feeling about this now?
Good.
Yeah? That's okay. Do you want to come up? You can come up.
Believe it or not.
Try and feel. So, go again. So how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you can walk out of here feeling refreshed, maybe?
Yeah, I guess just confirming what I already knew but wasn't quite fully accepting yet.
Okay. So I want you to go home and, I know you journal, but I want you to write a goodbye letter and a gratitude letter for the
Actually
experience.
did that just
Oh, well, you cheated!
yesterday.
You cheated! Do it again!
I'll do it out. You can read it if I have my brain somewhere.
You want to hear it?
Sorry, yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Oh, okay. Do we have time? We have, maybe, yeah. Do you want to read it? Would you feel like reading it?
If
Well,
you
how-
can read it, because I don't want to read it, but you can read it.
How long is it? Will it take me a minute?
It's just on my phone.
Okay, someone can grab Natasha's phone. That'd be amazing. Just come up right here. We'll read it. Do you have the roaming? Maybe.
Actually, maybe not. I just realized there's really deep emotional stuff in there.
Just skim it. Maybe this will help you make peace.
Talking about it.
It's okay. So in this process, what I want you to do is... Oh, okay.
Super smooth.
I'm going to put her Tinder profile up so she... we can reset it. Okay.
Oh, it must be, because I put it on my computer on my notes, and then usually it transfers on my phone.
Okay, that's all right. It wasn't meant to be. Yeah, so the...
Just realised all the
Sweating yourself up here, oh my god. So you look lighter,
Yeah.
Are you feeling lighter?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Do you guys want to have any closing thoughts before I do my unfolding?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, I've always had a slightly different take on rejection. Rejection, to me and to the way I coach my clients, is a lot like salad. You don't really want to eat it at the time, it doesn't taste real good, but it's super good for you.
I love salad.
It puts you on the right track, it's really a correction. And when we're kids, it's natural, we take on everything ourselves, so if there is a rejection, we assume it's about us. But in fact, a lot of rejections are actually trying to tell you that you're playing below your league, as in, we think when we get rejected, like, oh, that person's better than me, when this guy clearly had a lot of stuff. The whole situation is murky as hell from the year earlier. And he has rejected through ghosting and gone away to deal with that. And that's good. I mean, it means you're on a way better path now. You're meeting way better guys. So you ate your salad and look at you go.
You do make friends with salad.
Yeah, similar to what Mark said, I feel like this is your training ground. Yeah, like actually, what I'm hearing is this like repetitive pattern of not feeling, of numbing out a bit, yeah, and this is like a slap in the face, you know, feel it. Yeah, feel this, because the next relationship that you go into, you'll then be able to feel all of it and come in with your heart open, and this won't happen again. And if it does, you know, there's more stuff to feel.
Yeah.
So just keep going with it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm way more open than I ever was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
from us. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Dan?
Yeah, no, good talk. I'll let these guys do that kind of talk. I'll just say, you should go out and just have a good time.
Yeah.
Go out, get out, flirt with some dudes, you know, like just take your mind off things, you know.
Are you free later, Dan?
Well, yeah.
Oh, open invitation. All right, so I'm just going to get my thoughts together, and then I'm going to do my unfolding thoughts to Mark. Oh, Stevie, we forgot about you.
Always forget about me.
Sorry.
Well, you know, my Bible says a man can't serve two masters, so, I mean, you just don't date Jesus freaks.
I have nothing left to say. Ghosting is if you're dating somebody that's not making you a priority, then you need to make your online dating, we have social media, where we use it as an excuse to not communicate with somebody because it's hard to. You need to reassess your values, your boundaries, get out there and start dating, because I promise you, there is somebody out there that does see you for who you are and make the commitment that you deserve. You've been watching Air Dirty Laundry. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, great. Thank you. Everyone make it feel warm and welcome. All right. We're going to lift the mood a bit. Can I have your G-string? Why? Were you wearing this? Woo! All right. Are you